From the home of the Bills since 1973, there's a look at the newly named New Era Field just outside of Buffalo, New York. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the Buffalo Bills. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. On first down, Jefferson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And that'll set him back 5.
Let's go now. Let's go, D.
On 2nd down now, Jefferson. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ed Oliver in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. A first carry now. This is Hill. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play here for Buffalo. And even 50 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll try to pound it in with Hill. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. One of my favorite coaches, you say, son, if you could darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
50 the mic. 50 the mic. Better bring it.
They'll run it with Hill. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great play there. His 11th touchdown of the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Justin Tucker for the extra point. Well, these are not going to be easy on a cold, snowy night, but this one is up and through. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
We got this. At their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ed Oliver, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
It's our time. Under 10. Under 10. 10. Shoot. Watch the shoot. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
Back to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Middle. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
They'll go with Hill here on 1st down. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. You might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Check 3. Pass 85. Pass 85.
From the gun, it's Allen. They complete it to Hill. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Check, 59. Hey, me and you all day. All day. I'm coming out. Regular. check, 59, 59. Come to my work. We Greystone, travel. Deuce, 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 deuce.
Throwing is Allen on third, and that is incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
On fourth down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 22, here's second and 8.
Watch the safety creep. Slant.
Here's second and 8. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack, they'll come up now third and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Yeah, that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a fourth down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. And taken right on the 30. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
52. Hey, hold. Half 85, half 85. Check 50. Kill.
Allen now on first down. And he will find his man on the outside. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now a first down carry. It's Hill. Hill's hit, and he lost the football. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. The last run got 6. Now second and 4.
It's our field. 56.
Now Allen. That one complete to Hill.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This is third and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll try and run for it. Here's Hill. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. And with the snow here, maybe asking too much of the kicker to try a field goal. So instead, offense on the field, they'll go for it on 4th down.
Hey, no, look, hey, we got Mike 50, huh? Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get it going.
Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. Then he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Hill running right. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing, forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Mike. 59. They can't hang with us. Tighten up. Middle. Tighten up.
Throwing on first down is Allen. That is caught at the 7. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
How about the throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And now look at him go. The 40, the 20, 10, 5, touchdown Indianapolis. He goes 95 yards to the house on the kick return as they are now on the board here in the first half. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies a big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Check the
Buffalo
ground,
offense
Andy.
ready to go for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have, and think back to our meeting with the head coach, and we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, check 24. Let's go.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, Let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. This is Hill. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. First down, and it's Hill again. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Now Tucker to add the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. And Oliver in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Check, 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 check.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. 2nd and 9 now from the 21.
X3, 218, chopper.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah. Not
an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. Bang, 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 bang.
On 3rd down, it's Hill. And he's going to be taken down about a yard shy of the first at the 29. He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still 4th down upcoming. The Bills send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it.
2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Not too many breaks ahead according to the radar. More snow on the horizon as we are back underway in half number 2. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Here we go.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Push him back. He's crashing.
Operating from the gun. Allen flushed out right. It's complete to Hopkins. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Let's see what you got. Pass in. Hey, Haywood!
Allen from the gun on third down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And that will hit and continue on out of bounds.
Come on, man. Let's go.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now after the loss, they come up 2nd and 11 from the 19-yard line. 2nd and 11. He's going to wind up and air it out. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
They stick on the ground on first down with Hill. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Allen now looks to throw. They set up the screen to Hill. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. The busy night continues for Hill. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Allen from the gun. He'll throw. And oh, what a catch there by Marshall. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 14.
How did he do that? How did he do it? I mean, in this type of weather, it's not just catching it. Is seeing it coming towards it. Maybe that's why I ended up having to go one-handed, but boy, what a catch.
That was a spectacular one-handed grab.
Mike Brown 80. Hey, watch the slant. Switch. Pass. Switch. Protein spill.
They'll run on first down. It's Hill. He stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Alert. Show it up.
From the gun, Allen. It's Hill, complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5.
Under crunch. Check 52.
From the gun, a run for Hill. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They got 5 through the air last play, now 5 on the ground. 1st and 10. They come out here in the eye.
Here we go, Pass 85.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Check 180. Mike is 59. Mike. Regular. Jim.
Now here's Hill. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Back now in Buffalo. It's the Bills with a lead and the football here to begin the 4th quarter. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal.
Check nickel.
They'll try to run it. It's Hill. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. A great play there. With his third touchdown so far, number 13 now on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll try to run this one in, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Bills use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Tucker now to add the point after. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now this throw caught left side. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
They'll look to throw here. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll drop the throw. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Colts on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10. They'll set up a throw. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go!
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
49, guys. Mike.
Back to throw. That's caught by Jackson. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 22 yards there, a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ed Oliver in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22 and a half set in 2001. The Colts on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. He'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Ed Oliver, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning at 61. Matchbox lights.
A run for Hill. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 30-yard line.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Come, please. Check.
56.
Hot. Blitz.
Now they try the right side here. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a handoff here to his running back. And now nothing. but Green ahead of him. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Hill. Jair Alexander up to make the tackle.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
You think you gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this? You think you gonna get this? Slam, slam, slam.
Again, it's Hill. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Buffalo, they'll hit double digits with their 10th win of the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they hit double digits in losses as they fall to 5 and 10. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.